So what our study is, we were able to identify or confirm that there are genetic variants that are associated with chronic lymphocytic leukemia, or CLL. There was a paper published last fall in Nature Genetics by Richard Holston and colleagues who performed the first genome-wide association study. And in their study, they identified 7 genetic variants. And so what we did in our study is we took those 7 genetic variants and looked at them in our cases with CLL and our controls who do not have the disease. 5 of those 7 genetic variants we actually had genotyped. And of those 5 genetic variants, we were able to replicate Holston's findings, and quite well. Our effect size are very comparable to what he identified in his study, which is exciting. 2 of the genetic variants, we did not have genotype data available in our study. However, we used an approach called imputation, which fills in the missing genotypes given the genetic information around those genetic variants. And so using this approach, we were able to fill in the missing genotypes and look at association with our cases and our controls. And of those 2 genetic variants, we were able to replicate one of them that was identified by Holston's work. The other one, we were unable to find any increased risk of chronic lymphocytic leukemia. And you may criticize that this is maybe due because we didn't have the actual genotypes, but we did have genotypes that are in the region near Holston's SNP that also showed no significant association for increased risk of chronic lymphocytic leukemia. So in summary, these 2 studies demonstrate that there is a genetic variant. There are genetic variants that increase your risk of getting CLL. 6 of the 7 were validated in our study. Chronic lymphocytic leukemia is a cancer of your blood, and in particular, it's your white blood cell. And it's estimated about 15,000 people will get this disease, and about 4,000 people will die from this disease. So it is one of the rare cancers. The clinical course of the disease, it's fairly well maintained. There are people who have aggressive component to CLL, but it is a disease where we don't really, these people are not cured. And so our findings hopefully will help us identify or help us understand the biology of this disease a little bit better, which may lead us to help us predict the disease. There are several talks showing that at this meeting, and it may help us develop better treatment targets and better prognostic markers. Thank you.